Alright, now I just have to get in mode, because if I don't get in mode,
I know, I was the same way here.
Let's actually get you, do you want to bring your chair a little bit more this way? Sorry, we might have to get kind of cozy here.
We can be buddies. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay.
Hi, I'm sitting here today with Erika Voeller, and we know each other because we got connected through LinkedIn, and I think we got connected through Carolyn Lane, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
It had something to do with a blog post that I think Erika had written, or something to do with women in digital. I can't 100% recall.
She's so good at connecting me with people, I can't remember the details for every person.
She's a great community.
Yeah, she really, really is, yeah.
She knows her stuff. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of different topics. Well, in addition to what we're going to be talking about, a couple of the topics are women in digital and also TEDx, because someone's hosted TEDx before, which I think is like, okay, I should leave the room.
No. It's a team effort for sure.
All right, we're going to start off with 21 questions because it's always fun to kind of throw people off just a little bit in a very fun fashion.
I'm up for the challenge.
All right, awesome. What time is your alarm set for?
On a good day, 6:30.
Okay. How many languages can you speak?
2.
Obviously English.
And German.
How many TEDx's have you been to?
I think I've attended 4, and then I've participated/attended in 2, or planned.
Okay. Favorite number?
25, I think. I don't really know. I wasn't really like a sporty person or anything.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Twinsies!
Really? Yes,
Yes,
it's such a good color.
It is. It's the best.
Yeah, and now with the Vikings here, it's like all the bridges and buildings are lit up purple. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool downtown Minneapolis right now. Favorite sport?
Well, I like to play volleyball the best, but I like to watch gymnastics.
Nice. That's fun. Pet peeve?
Poor grammar is a big one of mine.
You're at a social event. Do you wait or approach?
I wait. I want to be the kind of person who approaches, but usually I wait.
Left or right?
Right.
Number of communities you're an active member of?
3.
Go-to snack?
Chocolate. Let's just be honest.
Do you have a specific kind?
Just like dark chocolate is good.
Okay. The ones where you open it up and there's a what do you call those things?
A little inspirational
yes,
message.
inspirational message.
Yeah.
I was gonna say wish, but I was like, wait, those are the kind of the Chinese.
Well, you can always wish that what they say is gonna happen.
This is true. This is true. There are advantages in life.
Yes.
Well, you make advantages. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
City or mountains?
City.
Number of news sources you use to get your daily scoop?
Oh my goodness. Probably between 5 and 10. But only because I do our social media at Olive, so I have to sort of like be on the pulse of stuff. So I have a list of sort of go-to industry blogs that I click on to make sure that we're talking about relevant stuff.
Okay.
If it was just me personally, probably like 1.
Okay. And which one would that be?
Well, it would be like I would go to Twitter and then seek news sources through Twitter.
Okay.
So I follow like New York Times. I think I follow The Atlantic. So some of those.
Okay. Guilty pleasure?
Lately I've been really into taking like a hot bubble bath and just watching a movie on Netflix while doing that. It's nice.
It is winter time.
Yeah, you gotta stay warm. It's tough.
Not relevant in 6 months from now.
Right.
Because winter lasts forever around this state. It's lovely.
Lovely is one word for it.
When I say crosswords, you say?
Word finds.
You're the second person to say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I love a good word find. I'm such a nerd.
Okay.
I I should have said that as my guilty pleasure, actually. Like, I go home and when the TV's on, I just kind of like mindlessly do word finds.
Do you do anything on your phone do you do HQ trivia or anything like that?
No, but I should look into that.
Okay.
Write that down.
I learned about it about 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's actually really fun to play. Yeah. One brand you're loyal to?
Target.
Why am I not like so?
Because it's, I'm Minnesotan. Target's always, every town I've ever lived in the Midwest has had a Target.
Yes.
So it's just like familiar no matter where you are.
Oh, yes. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. Uber or Lyft?
Lyft.
I was thinking you might say Uber, but that's why I asked, because I was sincerely
It's like, sometimes I do have both of the apps, so sometimes I'll just kind of look at like the surge charge and depend that way. But I hear that Lyft drivers get a bigger cut of the profit.
Oh.
So that's why.
Okay. Mac or PC?
Mac. Are you a PC person?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love Macs.
I thought you were like, yikes.
I can use PCs, but I much prefer Macs, because I think that the user experience is much simpler.
I do too. That's why I like iPhones too.
I'm not a big iPhone.
Okay.
I like my Droid.
Yeah, my sister just switched over from an iPhone to a Google phone, which that was an interesting shift.
Yes. One country that's on your bucket list?
Greece.
I know one person that's been there, so
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
the day you decide to go, I'll
hit you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite lunch spot in Minneapolis?
Yikes, that's super hard. I'm gonna have to say our neighbor Astor Cafe. I live right by Astor Cafe.
Astor Cafe, okay.
Down on Main Street.
Okay. All right, let's hop into the questions.
All right.
I want to hit the ground running with this first question because I was fascinated by the article, and I think you know which one I might be referring to.
Mm-hmm.
It has to also do with our favorite color, which I just learned tonight, which is purple, but it also has to do with other colors. The article was titled, Hidden Messages Your Brand Colors Are Sending Your Audience. How did that blog post come about? Because I'm still fascinated by that photo, and because it looks chalky. In fact, I'll include a screenshot here of what it looks like.
Awesome.
It just drew me in. Where did that blog post come from? Where did the research begin on that?
Yeah, so when I first think about that post and that photo, it's funny to me because it was such like a scrambled effort to put that one together, and we were out of we subscribed to get like a certain number of stock photos every month, and we were out of our allotted number for the month, and we still had like 3 days to go, and we're like, oh my gosh, we need a blog photo, what are we gonna do? So that photo probably wouldn't have made the cut, except we had to refer to a different source that had different options, so that was kind of interesting. But at Olive & Company, we have a content brainstorm once a week. So it's the digital marketing team and the content team. And we come together with just ideas that either have been bouncing around in our own heads or that we've seen on other industry blogs. And basically we're like, okay, how can we do it better? Or make it more informative or whatever the need might be. And that particular post, I actually didn't really have much to say about it. They just assigned it to me. So unfortunately I don't have a lot of insight to offer you. But then doing the research, the first thing I do is just hit the search engines and see what other information is out there. And like I said, try to make it better.
It was really telling with what each of the colors represented or stood for. I'll just be honest, I haven't reread it since.
Yeah.
But it was just, the content within it was very captivating, and it really made me stop and think.
That's awesome.
And so, awesome job.
Thank you.
Because that's hard to do nowadays with how fast our brains are going and with all the dings and notifications that we receive.
Thank you.
Props to you and Olive & Company.
It was fun to write. Check out our blog.
Your current title is content marketer, but you, based on conversations that you're having in communities you're involved with, how important is it to have a diverse skill set, and how has it helped you drive conversations within the different positions that you've held?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have a diverse skill set. I think when I first sort of entered the workforce, it was like one of two options. Either get really super good at one thing or get average/good at a lot of things. And I'm glad I chose the route of variety because in agency life especially, the workflow really ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're super busy and you're staying till 7 p.m. and then other times you're like twiddling your thumbs waiting for it to be 5 p.m. And that's just the name of the game. So being able to sort of step into other roles and dip my toes into some other programs and some other projects when we have those lulls has been really beneficial for me.
You are on the board of Women in Digital, and I'm curious to know, what are the topics and priorities that are continually coming up in the monthly meetups that the group has? And the conversations that are arising, they're obviously timely and relevant in the workplace. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. So this year, in 2018, we actually have themes for each month, excluding this month because we had already had that one planned prior to like 2018 becoming a thing. But we have an event coming up about knowing your value, so knowing as a professional and also as a woman in the workforce what you're worth really, and how leadership teams are having those conversations behind the closed doors, so to speak. We have one about career growth and how to make a career pivot. We have some about, I think, probably, salary conversations and whatnot, because that's definitely one of the key topics that keeps getting brought up over and over again, is how do we get equal pay for equal work? And then also just trying to get more women in leadership roles in our industry specifically. Only 3% of leadership roles right now are occupied by women, which is crazy to me. So just trying to get those filled by some more women.
It's a hot topic.
Yes.
I will just leave it at that. Nice, short, simple, and sweet.
Yes.
I just did that backwards. Who are your mentors?
Yeah, I love this question. One of my biggest mentors is my friend Eliza. She also knows Carolyn. She also is part of Women in Digital, but she actually got me my job at Olive & Company. So she's a copywriter and content strategist as well, and she now works independent. She's completely freelance and contract work, but just sort of seeing how she has paved her way through the industry and looking up to her. She's a few years older than me, so she's kind of like an older sister. It's like, okay, what were you doing when you were my age? Like, I'm this much in debt. Is that normal? Is that okay? Or, whatever it might be, whether work related or not. Mm-hmm. So definitely Eliza is my biggest mentor.
We're at a unique time in the economy. So tell me about how you're focusing and aligning in the direction that you're headed.
I'm kind of still in the process of figuring that all out. I feel like for the past few years I've just been go, work, always striving for the next best thing. And that's sort of my nature. But now in 2018, it's occurring to me that I'm allowed to just sit back and relax sometimes and just kind of enjoy the things that I'm a part of instead of always trying to climb up the ladder. So I'm just going to kind of continue diving into research and trends and basically any data I can get on the industry, on my role, so that I can be the most educated and the most competitive I can be. And we'll just kind of see where it goes.
How much do you enjoy research?
It totally depends on the topic. And it depends on how well written the research I'm finding is. Because if it's engaging, I could read anything, Mm-hmm. I just think what I struggle with research is maintaining focus, right? Like, it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole and you're like, this link leads here and then here and then here, and pretty soon I'm like, what was my original topic? I don't even remember. But I enjoy a decent amount. Okay. I ask because I enjoy research a lot. Okay. And when I get focused on one specific topic, and I am not just, my interest isn't just piqued, but I become so engaged and interested in the research and the studies that have been conducted. So that's why I asked that question. Because when someone says that research is part of their job, I have a light bulb that goes on, and then I'm just curious, because you don't know unless you ask, which is why I asked, because you never know where the topic or the conversation will lead to. If it's a topic, like I said, that I enjoy and that I'm passionate about, then I'm all over it. But every once in a while, that's life, right? You get assigned stuff where you're like, well, I don't really care about this, but I guess I'll learn everything I can and go from there.
Do you have a motto or philosophy that you live by?
Sort of, yeah. I like the phrase work, but don't forget to live. Because work is important to me, and I've always been a really hard worker. But I also am a huge believer in the fact that life is short. You're here to have fun, you're here to have a good time, make friends. So I say work hard, but then clock out at 5 and turn off your phone, you know?
With your phone, I'm curious because some people have their phone strictly on silent. Actually, not some. Well, yeah, some people, including one person that I just recently asked her a question about a ringtone, and she said that she doesn't have one. And then there's someone else who has their phone on silent from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m.
Okay. Yeah. My phone is always on silent except it vibrates with the text. But I am very much a perfectionist. I like things really neat and clean. And so I hate the little red bubble notifications on my screen. And so most of the time, the reason I complete things as quickly as I do is just to get rid of the notification.
Wow. Okay.
Like I'll reply, well, this is not a good testament because I know I took a couple days to get back to you, but usually I reply to emails pretty quickly. But it's like because I'm so bothered by like the little number 3 or whatever it is in the corner of my phone, I'm like, I gotta get rid of it.
There's got to be a way to remove that.
There is. I just found out how tonight.
Yes.
Like an hour ago. So I'm really excited to like go home and be like, okay, what notifications do I never want to see?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, funny. Do you listen to podcasts?
No, I have so many on a list somewhere that I want to dive into, but I'm just not there yet.
Okay. Are you more of a visual or are you more of a
I'm a reader. I like to read books, and I like the old school physical book where I can turn pages. And I keep saying I want to listen to podcasts, but in the mornings when I think I would, I like to listen to music. And I live alone, so I can kind of blast it and dance around. And
okay.
It's nice.
And get funky with it?
Yeah, no one has to see, you know? Get myself pumped up for the day.
Yes. Yes, that is the best part. You were a marketing manager for TEDx Minneapolis. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, because I'm selfishly curious, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who, when they hear TEDx, their ears perk up.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. So just enlighten me.
Totally. Well, first I need to clarify that there is a TEDx Minneapolis and a TEDx UMN, and I was part of the UMN one.
Okay.
But we have ties to the Minneapolis one. They were actually started by the same guy. But the one I helped organize was held on the university campus, not exclusive to campus people, so not exclusive to students, staff, whatever. But as you probably know, the U of M is like 50,000 plus people, so it's a big deal. A lot of people to sort of get educated about it. And you're right, to our advantage, a lot of people's ears do perk up when they hear the word TED or TEDx. It just takes a lot of really, really passionate people. I think all of us were really hard workers, we were all really perfectionists, and we wanted it to go off without a glitch. That's not to say that it did, but I would probably assume the audience didn't know. You know, that crazy stuff was happening behind the scenes.
As it usually does with those type of events.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable, right? Something's bound to go wrong. Yeah, it was a really, really rewarding part of my college career, and I got to really dive into social media at that point in my life as well, because it's cheap and it's easy, and everyone on the college campus is on it. So that was our primary mode of marketing.
Okay. Who were some of the speakers at that one?
Oh my gosh. Well, the most recent one that I helped plan, we had someone who started like a food bank donation where he was sending food to people all over the world who were in need. A woman who overcame, or maybe I shouldn't say overcame, but I believe she was diagnosed with MS, but was still very active and like a fitness guru and was still educating people on how to live a healthy lifestyle despite the struggles she had. We had the president of the University of Minnesota speak at one of them. Just all sorts of like really amazing people. And what's even cooler about that is that the one requirement for speakers is that they just have to be associated with the university in some way. So they can have like a child who attends, they themselves could be an alumni, whatever it might be. So that makes their stories even that much cooler to know that you are sharing this space with them. It's a good time.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm asking this next question because you're involved with Women in Digital, like we mentioned, and then we just talked about TEDx. And so the question is, what does community mean to you?
Yeah, I think community is any group of people who have something in common with one another and who have some sort of shared interest or shared experience. I think what's cool about the society we live in today, modern society, is that community is not exclusive to your geographical location. I think you can have communities online, whether it's on Twitter or LinkedIn or wherever else. But all the organizations you mentioned, I have something in common with all of those people, and that's what community is to me. That's really a special thing.
Very cool. What's your proudest accomplishment in 2017, and what are you most looking forward to in 2018?
Oh my gosh, so 2017 was a huge year of transition for me. I started working at Olive & Company. I moved out into my own place, so no more roommates. I bought a car, which that might be my biggest accomplishment because I bought myself a car on Valentine's Day last year. And I was sort of joking, like, who needs a man when you can just, like, buy yourself a car, It was totally circumstantial that my other car totally broke down, like, 2 days before Valentine's Day, so, like, I had no choice.
Okay.
But yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
What kind of a car did you get?
I got a Chevy Trax. It's kind of like a small Suburban. So it kind of feels like a small, like, four-door car, but it's up higher.
Okay. Kind of like a crossover?
Yeah, it's like a hatchback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very nice. I like it a lot.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and so I don't know how to top all of that in 2018, but what I'm looking forward to is we're really going to amp up our social media arm at Olive & Company, and I'm going to play a pretty big role in that, and so I'm really looking forward to, again, just diving into all the research I can and really becoming an expert on that.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes
Yeah.
of Olive & Company from a content standpoint, especially with you behind the wheel, and I've just really enjoyed and I've had a lot of fun learning, and sometimes you start following a certain account because of one really cool article, and then sometimes you regret following, and I don't foresee that happening.
Thank you.
Because the reason I say that is I think that you have a diverse background, and I think that you've got a lot to give from not only just research, but the value of the communities that you're involved in. So they're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good year for Olive & Company and for Women in Digital. And yeah, I'm excited that you're excited about the stuff we're producing, because I am too. And thank you for having me here.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions for Erika or comments, let us know. Feedback, I will definitely take feedback.
Yeah, me too.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.